And they are not like those cookies come in cans and tins that can be kept for months or years actually, at least 18 months, some cookie types. But this one, no. Buy it, you eat it in 1 or 2 days. I think by about 3 days it's gone. Can't eat it again. Best is eat as you buy. The company had an issue about to find the right level of product output. Because they don't have so many products. They have limited number of items. And then when they decide this limited number of items, how much quantity they need to put in at a given time, so that because they can't actually, they don't sell it the next day. They throw. Although they can do it, I think next day they don't do that. So that's why I think if you know that in these shops, if I'm not mistaken, in Hong Kong, they give a discount price after a certain time. Yeah, something like that. And they give a discount because they want to just do. And by doing that discounting, you can imagine how much profit they make. I don't know, what's the deal they give usually after 9:30?
I think it's like buy 3, get 3.
Buy 3, get 3, so that's half price.
Yeah.
So you can see that if they can make a profit by selling at half price, so they're making a big deal. Basically they conducted a very big scale research using AC Nielsen's. Have you heard about AC Nielsen's, this organization? They are one of the top ranked research organizations in the world, and they're very expensive as well. 3M usually hires them a lot in their own researchers. And they conduct a research, a long applied research, and in this research, unfortunately it's not for Hong Kong, okay? This is for the USA. They conducted this research and they found that certain ways that they can minimize the product waste, particularly, that means they make the product but then no one buys. So they came up with these research findings that certain months of the year, the patterns, they found the patterns, certain products have a bigger demand than the other products. So this indicates to the company that in these months you can make more of this unit and less of the other unit. So it actually, and then also it gives the company an idea that how they could come up with ways so that they do not have to diversify too much of ingredients. When they shift from product A to product B, you add maybe only one extra ingredient, but you get pretty much the same base. So this again helps them to save cost. The whole process is based on cost cutting. Cost cutting is the whole process. So this again, it's again reducing the uncertainty. How much quantity I should produce, what raw materials I need to store, and in which months product A sells better than product B. So these are the questions that if you are in the manufacturing industry, particularly in food industry, that you encounter. I think you all know that in cold months, if you go to Starbucks or somewhere, you don't see people order these cold drinks. They have these cold coffee types, right? I don't drink coffee, so I don't know much about it. But they have more of hot drinks that get better demand. You see, so similar thing, but that's a much simpler example. The similar thing happened in this Mrs. Field cookies as well. Yeah, so basically what's happening in the research is that you're using the existing knowledge as the base, and then you gain new knowledge using the existing knowledge, and it's a kind of an extension of your present knowledge. And these things are quite helpful, particularly if you're talking about basic research. The field is very vast, and in there you actually go on with a lot of areas where because you're conducting research for a longer period of time, and in some cases you are supervised by more than one supervisor who can be fitted to different fields of expertise, and that actually is quite interesting, and new knowledge comes. And even if you're talking about applied researchers, the knowledge that it creates is a lot different from knowledge created by basic research, but still again, it is something new. It's something that you haven't known before, or it's something that you knew before, but you were not sure about it. So you conduct the research to double confirm whether your hypothesis, your thinking is in the right direction or not. Right. Now, a simple question. What's the best place to create knowledge? A library. Okay. How do you guess? Any other second thoughts? Internet. Any other tips? Actually, it's not easy to find the best place to create knowledge as such. It depends very much on learner's preference. For you, it may be library. For him, it may be internet. I know when I was doing my first degree, long time ago, I got a batchmate, and he wants to study in his class, in his own room, and that's where he is doing his studies. But every time when he's studying, he's putting his Wi-Fi, hi-fi system quite loudly. And he gets a lot of complaints from the other, because we were in hostels, right? So we all got one room. So he gets a lot of complaints from the others, and saying that it's very noisy. But that's how he learns. So finally he gets this, headset, and then he puts this music so loud and he's reading the book. So you can't imagine how he can focus on the reading while the music is going so loud. But that's how learner preference, different learner preference. And someone like Isaac Newton, he chose an apple tree to create knowledge. And someone like Archimedes, he chose a toilet, basically. In the bathroom, he created the knowledge of flotation, so theory of flotation. So yeah, so the reason why I asked you this question is because, of course, you're studying an MBA program from Buckinghamshire University without going to the university. You're studying in Hong Kong, and it has good things as well as it has bad things. The good thing is that you can save cost. If you're going to study in the university, it's more expensive than you're studying. I mean, the tuition fee alone. Tuition fee alone is at least 30 to 40% more expensive than what you pay in Hong Kong. And the second thing is the opportunity cost. That means if you're going to go and study there, you have to leave the job. And by the time you come with your beautiful MBA certificate, you lost the job. And then you have to find another job. I don't think it's that difficult to find a job, but then you break your service, you break everything, you break your momentum. That's not good. So even if you have to study this course offshore, I think you really don't have to worry about that, because the knowledge that generates from the course has no difference whether you study in the UK or whether you study in Hong Kong or whether you study in China. So we have classes in South China as well. So yeah, so there is no such a specific place. Okay, these are the factors that we need to keep in mind when you are conducting a business research, or in other words, when you are going to select a topic for your dissertation. Okay. Time constraints, availability of data, nature of the decision, benefits versus cost, and you're going to go through it one by one. Right. Time constraints. What's the biggest problem in time management? How could we avoid this situation? What are the dangers of not doing things on time? Right. Time constraints. There are things that you need to understand. The first thing is that research proposal. Now, once you enroll on the program, okay, with the university, you'll be getting about 4 weeks time to complete your research proposal. But what happens is that this 4 weeks time, sometimes you may not get it enough. So in the past, I think we have come across a situation where the students, for some very funny reason, because I don't know, for some students they think that, oh, if you have to submit something today, they think that it is okay to submit tomorrow as well. They think it is, oh, it's just one day, it's just few hours. They have this kind of, I'm not saying every student, but I've seen a lot of students too, they have this issue. Now, issue with BNU, your university, is that